Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm gonna do eyeshadow bingo, which is an up-and-coming tag, I guess we could say. I saw Emily Noel do this a few days ago and I really loved it. She did it with an 88 shade palette from Coastal Scents. I'm doing mine with my 120 palette from BH Cosmetics, which I'm pretty sure is the same 120 palette you can get kind of everywhere. But basically what I did was I labeled the top with letters and the sides with numbers, and then I will pull one letter and one number and figure out the corresponding eyeshadow. I'm gonna do that 5 times and then try to make a look out of it. So let's see what we got.
So you can see I'm not cheating.
Letter J is the number 9.
This guy right here.
Have A, 11, this sort of golden yellow shade. Oh, there we go. We have E, 8.
Cornflower blue.
We got another J, 10.
It's going to be another limey color.
E, 12.
It's going to be this orange shade right here. Okay, so to recap, what we got is this lime green and yellow shade here, this lime, and then I think it had blue in it at some point here, this cornflower blue-ish shade here, this warm as fuck orange, and this golden yellow.
Okay, first things first, we're gonna go ahead and prime the eye. Before I get too terribly into this, you may notice that my other eye is done. Sadly, did the whole video and kind of winged it and finished and realized I wasn't recording. I had to plug my camera in halfway through and apparently stopped recording. So, spoilers, it ends up looking amazing. I'm gonna try to recreate this magic for you. I'm going to top it with my trusty Wet n Wild Brulee. Just to set my primer. Then I'm going to take my tape and place it. Since I'm going to do a wing liner, I really like the shadow to have a blunt wing as well. I'm going to take my e.l.f. brush and the yellow color, and I'm going to pack this in. I'm also going to bring this into the crease and above. Next, I'm going to take the crease brush and I'm going to go into the blue and I'm going to work this into the crease and bridge it over to the other side. Working it into the crease and for me above as well, since I do have a hooded eye. Okay, and once I get it in there as I want it, I'm going to go into the darker green shade and I'm going to put this just directly into the deep crease. This shade is super duper pigmented, So I'm going to blend it really well into the blue, and then I'm going to top it with some more blue. Just because I didn't want this green to be the star of the crease area. Just want to deepen it up. Alright, once we feel good about that blend, we're going to go back into the blue just to diffuse a little bit of the green. We just want to remind the green who's boss of the crease. Okay, and once we're done with that, we're going to go in with a blending brush, and we're just going to dip back into that yellow a little and just use it to blend this out into the brow bone. And I'm pretty sure I mentioned this in a previous video, but I am growing my brows out, so if they look like a hot mess right now, that's why. I did kind of slick them back a little with some brow gel, but they are a little bit unruly still, so I apologize for that. Then we're going to take the smaller side of my Naked 2 brush, and we're going to dampen it, and then we're going to go into the yellow and really press it into the halo here. And in order to kind of blend it nicely, what I usually do is I take the wet product and concentrate it into the center, and then as the product dissipates from the brush, I go ahead and pat it out into the rest of the darker color, just to sort of marry them. And then I'm just gonna take this crease brush and just sort of blend a little bit, but it's more of a concentrated blend. Now I'm going to take a small flat shader brush. I'm going to dampen it as well, and then rub the excess water out so it's just damp. And I'm going to go into the lighter green color, and I'm going to put this on top of the yellow, but concentrate it more into the center so that we're not just totally covering the yellow. And this helps get a good concentration of color. Now, you could go and put down a white base like the NYX Jumbo Eye Pencil in Milk to kind of pop that color, but just given the nature of this video, I sort of wanted to work as much as I could with what I had, instead of bringing in too many products. I'm gonna go in with, it's actually the same brush, but I have two of them, and this is just a dry version. So I'm gonna take the dry one and just continue to kind of work that color. The one product that isn't kind of involved that I'd like to use as far as eyeshadows are concerned is this MAC pigment in Vanilla. It is a white with a gold shift, excuse me. And I'm going to just put this in the very center of the halo just to give it a little bit more of that halo glow, to give you more of that halo effect. So now we can remove, the tape. So next I'm going to take a white pencil. This is my Palladio pencil in white, and I'm going to tight line and then I'm also going to smudge into the lower lash line. And I'm doing this because I found that the orange is not the most pigmented color in the palette, so this time I really did want to give the orange something to grip to. I'm going to take the yellow and kind of put that into the inner corner and bring it down the lash line just a smidge. Then we're going to take our Real Techniques accent brush and we're going to smudge the orange into the lower lash line and also use it to set the white liner in our waterline. So in the pan, this looks like a warm orange, but on it actually kind of looks like a coral. It's a beautiful color and probably one I'd like to use a lot more in the summer. And then I'm going to take my e.l.f. crease brush and I'm going to just lightly dip back into this MAC pigment, and this is going to be my inner corner highlight. Now I'm going to take my Wet n Wild liquid liner in blue and we're going to do a wing. Now I decided to do liner in blue just because we used some blue and I thought this would tie that blue in a little better. And then last but certainly not least is lashes. I'm using the Essence Lash Princess. This is the false lash effect version. I think there's a lengthening version, maybe, something like that. Now I'm going to do the top and bottom lashes just because I feel like this is the appropriate thing to do when you do an elaborate wing liner, because there's so much going on the top. I feel like you kind of have to balance it with some weight on the bottom. And that's it, we're done. Hopefully I recreated the magic that I did the first time. And that'll do it for the bingo challenge. I definitely want to tag a few people. I tag Zlinka Beauty. I'm going to tag Adrielle Rogers from Black Squirrel. I'm going to tag Tori from Biohazardous Beauty, and anyone else who wants to do this, any of my Peacock Potential girls, I'd love for you to do it too. If you would like to hang out with me again in the future, go ahead and subscribe down below. You can also follow me on Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter, Facebook, etc, etc, etc. All that info is down below as well. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. Bye!